Hello. I hope you can find me again. For whatever reason, when I turned things around, it became unplugged and I couldn't get it to work at all. So I'm hoping that you will be able to find me again. If not, I'm going to go ahead and go through the photos that I was trying to show you so that when you do, if you get a chance to watch it later, you can see your wonderful work. All right, here we go. Can you hear me, Kathleen? Can you hear me, Kathleen? Thank you so much for coming back, sweetheart. You can hear me. Good. All right. We had to start a whole new stream. So now let me go to photos while y'all are coming in. Kathleen, just tell them that we're now looking at photos, but we're back. Thank you so much. All right. Some of you have already gotten your Cheryl Lemons blocks. So thank you very much to Cheryl for doing such a wonderful job of your blocks. Here's a few blocks, and look at that. Isn't that lovely? That's a very happy. I love the way she made the pink around the heart. Such a happy thing. So now let's see who else's photos we're going to look at. I have some backyard photos to show you. So this deck has changed so much because we had it power washed and restained, and it was an orange, and now it's a nice tree bark gray. I mean, it matches the tree bark perfectly, so it kind of blends in. And so I have some lantana. I have cherry tomatoes in this pot. And let me see what else. Then here we go. And this is a clematis vine, and I have a few pots. I have flowers. I have hostas. I have caladiums. I have these fancy begonias. And I have two bigger tomato plants. Celebrity, I think, is what I have this year. And here's my herb pot. And I've got all kinds of flowers. My daughter went for me to try to protect me in this crisis. So she went to the nursery and got them for me. And I'm so tickled. And I've got wave petunia. That's what I was trying to tell you earlier. And over here, it doesn't look like much now, but I have a little sensitive plant. I first saw it at Thomas Jefferson's Monticello, and it's a little plant where the leaves close up when you touch it to keep it from being eaten. And then here I have what's called a cigar plant, and I'll show you these at a close-up later. But anyway, I have all these pots. My house plants are out there to enjoy the nice sun. I mean, summertime humidity. And my houseplants love it when they come out for the summer. But here is the deck. Mark put the sailcloth, the shade cover, the sunshade up this morning. Right here is a fuchsia plant, and it's one of the pink and purple ones that I dearly love. Okay, so here are and I bought new pots this year because I had such a ragtag mess and cracked ones. And so I said, it's time. But here are my celebrity tomatoes. I've got New Guinea impatiens and some more lantana. I love lantana because they just go to town and you don't have to worry or fret over them. And the neatest thing I've got over here is what's called a shrimp plant. And it's a very unusual plant where the flower things kind of look like the tail of a shrimp. Here are some of my New Guinea impatiens. And unfortunately, the sun washed this color out. It's the prettiest shade of pink. So just lovely. And then there's another view. I still have a few plants back here. I have a little flower bed around my bird feeder and bird bath that I plant some caladiums and begonias. But otherwise, and then a few of these things go out front. But otherwise, I am about done planting, which I'm glad of. So it doesn't look like much yet. Everything is still their baby plants. But I'll keep showing you through the summer as they grow. I've got my Miracle Grow out there and some 10-10-10s, so I'll keep them fertilized. And here's a caladium, and here's an impatient, and here is that beautiful fuchsia. I love the fuchsia and purple. That is such an exquisite combination. So love it. Okay, now let's see. Then, yeah, and my daughter said, change up the colors of your pots. So I did. And that was a lot of fun. So I had some lime green, some calypso, and it's just nice. Nice to have that color. And I have a little swing that I'll go out and sit on during the summer. Grami and I love to go out there together and sit. And these are my cherry tomatoes and the two lantanas. So I'm getting there. It's so much nicer looking now that that young man, we hired him to do some very needed chores out there. So, okay, let's see what we have. Diana, oh, and wait till you see what she's done in her yard. It's just beautiful. It makes you just want to go sit down there and have a glass of iced tea. So there's her house blocks. And then she's working on a Civil War quilt and Alex Anderson's block quilt along. So, boy, has she been busy. Whoops, I accidentally clicked twice. It's the Alaska quilt by Edita Sitar, and gorgeous. And then here, she's really making great progress on her art quilt. Love the chickadees and birch trees. Then she's also working on her Rubik Cube quilt, and I love it. I mean, it's just stunning. It's just a good standout. So she's done a good job on that. So she's really managing. She made some potato soup the other day. Come on. And then somewhere along here too, she made some wonderful cornbread. And I told her, if it didn't take so long to get there, I was going to head over for dinner. And here is a sweetie, a little possum baby that they rescued. It had no mom. It got rejected by its mom for whatever reason. And they have been raising it, and it's doing beautifully. So here, there is that cornbread. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. So, and those were her house blocks in progress. I love how she does them assembly style. And there is that cute little possum. I never thought I'd say that about a possum, but he's growing beautifully. And then here is, I think this is a yellow hibiscus that she had out there. Let me see if I can enlarge it a little. And it is beautiful. It's going to give her nice summer color. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And let's see. Here, I don't know which quilt this was. I tell you what, she never sleeps. I know that. We tease and call her the Energizer Bunny because she just never slows down. Good energy. And I didn't realize she had a sit-down long arm, too. So that's going to be wonderful. And that's the perfect machine to use for an art quilt like that. Then her husband is working out ways to make plant hangers for her. They're getting their deck done. There's a beautiful mandevilla vine. It looks like a vining one. There are two kinds of mandevillas. One is like a little flowering shrub, annual, and the other one is a climbing. Well, it's not really a climbing vine. You kind of have to help support it. And then look at her gorgeous, now I just forgot what they're called, moss pots. And look at that. Is that beautiful or what? I just love it. I love the way she's put all that stuff out there. So just gorgeous. Way to go, Diana. Way to go, Marty. Now, let me see. I think that's it for Diana's. Okay. Yep, that was the last one. But now you see what I mean about, I looked at her outdoor and I thought, oh, gee, I'm going to show you my tiny little runts that are just starting to grow. We've got some adorable pictures from Jamie. There's little Crystal, and look at her log cabin playhouse. What a cutie. And then she's helping Dad put down the black plastic to kill the grass. They don't want to use chemicals because they have baby rabbits and they have deer come up and eat. So they're going to use the solar heat, which should also help kill the weed seeds that are in the soil. So that's really good. Then they can till it under and be ready. She's on her deck watching her daughter play in the little pool, and she's got her sewing machine there. She's sewing at the same time. Then when she had to go to the hospital to get her hand fixed, Crystal went to Nana's, and Nana helped her make superhero costumes for her and for all her little animals. I love that. Look at that. Isn't that the cutest? And then poor Jamie's hand. She was cutting this rag quilt, fabric for the rag quilt, when she caught her hand. And I know that must have been so painful. We're so sorry, Jamie. I hope it will heal fast and you'll be better soon. Okay, let me see. Whoa. Okay. So that's injured in the line of duty, that's for sure. And don't let people tell you that quilting is not a hazardous sport. Now, Jody, the maker of the Bacon of the Sea quilt, has outdone herself with this time's quilt. Let me pull it back a little bit. This is her space series or Out of This World series. And look at this, and look at the eyes. Whoa. I thought the eyes were fantastic, and I just love it. I love what she did with that, and I love her sense of humor. And the best thing she said was, making these art quilts is so much fun. And oh my gosh, that's just what I wanted to hear. Because it should be. That's exactly what you want it to be, is fun. And so Kathleen's going to have some more pictures to show us. So I have a feeling she's gotten something done. But she first has to get well. I'm worried about our Kathleen. So Kathleen, you get well. And then whatever you want to show us, we're here to look at it. All right. Now, let's see. We have Sue Smith. Along with our Susan Smith, there's another Sue Smith, and she sent some gorgeous flowers of her garden. Look at these irises. Aren't they just beautiful? And I love them because they come back year after year. Look at this golden iris. Isn't that gorgeous? They're so pretty. Then she has a magnificent bleeding heart. Look at this thing. It is huge. Look at that. I haven't had a bleeding heart for a few years. I need to try to get another one. But obviously that bleeding heart is very happy right where it is. It's gorgeous. So way to go, Sue Smith. Okay, thank you for sending those in because, when you're a quilter, you love color, you love form, so you love gardening, you love it all. All right, was there anything else? I think that one was it. But thank you for all the photos. Please continue to send your photos to me at ourtimetoquilt@twc.com. So, and we would love to put your pictures on the air. If you ever put pictures up or you don't, you just want me to see them, just let me know. And I will respect your wishes. But we love these pictures. So, is everybody here? Are we okay? How are we? Isn't that bleeding heart amazing? I love it. I had some columbines, and don't tell my daughter, but evidently when they were trimming the bush, they kind of cut my columbines. But luckily, they'll come back next year, and I'll make sure to grab some seeds from them. So some had to leave. I understand. No worries. That was the weirdest thing. I know that I accidentally loosened the connection, the capture connection that transfers the camera to the web. And so it came loose and jittered a little bit, but then the sound wouldn't come back. So, all right, Kathleen, take good care of yourself. And if anybody else wants to hang around, I will do this demonstration. So Mark had to come down and try to help me because he realized I was in trouble. I'm glad he checks in from time to time to see how I'm doing, because sometimes when I get in trouble, I sit here and look at it like, what do I do next? And he's always willing to jump in and try things. So thank you for my Mark. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you can mark these, but it's easier to just lay the paper on top of the fabrics. You put your fabrics right sides together like this. For the demonstration purposes, I'm using red thread so you can see where I'm sewing, and I'm going to sew right through the paper. Okay? Oh, yes. For our group members, if you belong and if you'd like to join our group, you can send me an email at ourtimetoquilt@twc.com. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'd love to invite you to join us. So anyway, but we do chat members from the group. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to line up this paper on, I'm going to line up this paper on my two fabrics. Okay, let me line it up. And I'm going to put the pins outside of the stitching area. Okay? I don't want to even have to worry about where they are. And it's so nice. This was a free download. And you just type in Generations Quilt Patterns 2015. Let me give credit where credit is due. It was a free download. Isn't that nice? So, and let me tell you, when you have to make a good amount of half square triangles, you can't beat this. Now, honestly, I have down here, I have some newsprint the size of regular paper, notebook paper like this. But I didn't have it upstairs. Normally, if I were going to do this, I would print this on newsprint because this is pretty thick paper. And here we go. Let's see. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start down here. And you sew on the chopped lines and you cut on the solid lines. Whoops, you can't see that. There we go. All right. So, all right. Stitch on the dashed lines and cut on the solid lines. And I'm starting down here so that I can come up and around, try to do everything in one motion, okay? So now I'm going to, oh, and I forgot to tell you one thing. Turn your stitch length down to 1.8 or 1.9. The reason you do that is when you tear the paper off, it will keep it from ripping your stitches out. Okay, now stop here. And then, actually, I'm going to come back to this one. This is the one I wanted. Okay. Let me make sure. Nope, no, I was right. I go up to this one. Okay. And just stitched on the dashed line. or broken line. Okay, now this would be good to have the needle down so I can turn it without losing my place. All right, now I'm going to come around here. Go through that intersection. There. I like that needle down. That's really nice. And see, with the red thread, it helps you be able to see the pattern I'm going through. I hear you, Kiwi. So now, to keep going along this, I think I can pull this. I don't want that pen to get in the way. But what I'm going to do is come to the end here and turn and go across. Okay, then I'm going to turn again and come up this next path. And this is to help you make as many half-square triangles at one time as you can. Now, this does not work for scrappy quilts because I'm going to end up getting 12 half-square triangles of just these two fabrics. So it won't work for scrappy quilts, but if you've got if you've got at least 12 of any color combination to make, then this is what you want. Okay. Here we go. Turn one more time and then down the final stretch. And then one last turn here. Let me go down one more stitch. Okay, and then go across. Okay. Here we go. Now I'll take my pins out. Now normally I would put this on my cutting mat. And make short work of this with my cutter and my ruler. And my straight edge ruler. But since I'm already, I'm not at my cutting mat right now, what I'm going to do is just come in here, cut along this bottom line. Then I'm going to cut along this solid line. Cut straight up here, go cut along this, and I'm going to come back and show you what to do to that. But I just got this by typing in how to make multiple half square triangles. And I thought, 12, that sounds super. And can you imagine how much easier this is than taking 24 little triangles and stitching them together? All right, so this one is, as soon as I trim this up evenly. All right, this one's done. So I set that down. Okay. Oh, haven't we all been printing a lot? I had to buy some new ink cartridges. $93 for an extra large black and an extra large color. And so the company wanted me to, Hewlett Packard, wanted me to give an opinion on how I felt the service was. And I said the service was fine, but your inks are too darned expensive. I didn't hear back from them. Didn't expect to. All right, so see how I'm coming up with all of these? Then the rest of this paper goes in the trash. Got this fabric for another day. And here I cut on this solid line and this solid line. So oops. You notice I'm cutting, these are my paper scissors, because I am cutting paper. Okay, so I've got these, and now on this line, I mean, it doesn't get any easier. It's like paint by number, follow the solid line. All right, so everywhere there's a solid line, I have cut. All right, now I'm going to bring you over to my iron, and let's see what we've got. And I will put copies of this on our group's IO. All right. I'm using the blue as my dark, so I'm ironing it with the blue side up. But do you see what's coming out now? And these finish off at 2-inch half square triangles. There is so much to find online nowadays. Y'all are so lucky. When I first started quilting, we had none of this. You want to help me, Kiwi? Kiwi's going to help me. You want a piece of that paper? So anyway, as you can see, I ended up with 12, just like they said, perfect little 2-inch half square triangles. And you know these are perfect because you had the pattern on the paper. Isn't this great? All right. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but it would be fun. I can try to put them, whoops, now that wasn't nice. Get back on there, lens. I loosened the lens up. Man, it was ready to fall off, wasn't it? Okay. So, but you can, look, what is fun about this, pardon the little dog ears, but what is fun is you can try all different ways of putting these. So you could sew them something like this. You can turn them into pinwheel blocks. Let me see. Isn't that cute? So, and then you can take one and kind of just, you can do whatever. It's a good time to practice seeing how you want to work with these. Whoops. This would have to go, there you go. Look at that. You've got stripes. So anyway, there you go. There it is. And each week I'll just go over again and find a fast, easy way for you to do your very basic piecing skills. And right now, half square triangles, flying geese are very popular. So it's a good thing to know. Just took one piece of paper and 5 minutes, and we made 12 half square triangles. Okay. So I think what do y'all have going on? What would y'all like to talk about? I'm winding down because after being outside in the sun and the wind, it was lovely out there too. So nice. And you know what I do sometimes, because I don't do well with heat, and it was in the upper 80s this weekend. We put a fan out, a box fan out on the deck so it would blow on me while I'm planting. It was lovely. Oh, is that a Seahawk fan colors? I might just have to put these in the envelope then for Miss Jamie, especially with her hurt finger. And so that would be great. Bonnie is here. Hello, sweetheart. Winding DMC bobbins. That Bonnie is so good. She takes such good care of her floss. You know, the DMC floss, and she has them all on these really nice, bobbins, and keeps them on. I think you keep them on metal, or do you put them in bags, or do you keep them on metal rings? Yeah, I don't do heat well, so the fan really did help me today. Yep, I will mail them. These are going to come to Jamie. I love it. I love it. Because you know what? I make them, and then what am I going to do with them? So Jamie will find a way. She will. Uh-oh. What is he banging on? Oh, no. How's the garden? Has Rick been able to get back out in the garden any? You put them in plastic cases, Bonnie. I see that. Okay, I got you. I wasn't sure what few little I have are just stuck in a plastic box with stuff I haven't looked at for years. Are you helping me, Kiwi? She's in a mellow mood today, so I'm going to go upstairs and snuggle with her on the couch. I have a feeling she's just wants to be near me. As long as she's near me. Are you a good girl? Are you a good girl? I think sometimes she gets very excited down here with me because she hears the excitement in my voice. And so, man, Bonnie keeps them so organized. I'll never forget the first time Bonnie sent me pictures of her craft space. And I was blown away by how organized she stays. Amazing. Oh, that's great, Susan. Oh, you have only been out to get out once. I'm sorry. I know that Rick must be chomping at the bit to get his vegetable garden in. A lot of people are doing vegetable gardens. It's so neat. People have kind of gone back. They're reading the classics. They're doing paintings, and they're doing arts and crafts, and they're listening to jazz and different other, things that they've been thinking about but haven't done in so long. I think it's going to end up, except for the losses of the dear people we're going to have experience. I think it's going to be a very good thing for us as a country, because there's been so many inventions and new shiny technology that we've been just rushing along, like little cogs in a wheel. And all of a sudden now we're kind of having a chance to calm down and look at life again and decide, what do we really want to do and who do we want to be? And that can only lead to good things. So, oh, Cheryl's got company. Oh, Cheryl, wonderful, sweetheart. Have fun with them. Well, I'm going to get ready and say goodbye. And, so that's wonderful. You went to a farmer's market? Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I love that. I love farmers markets. And when my daughter went to the nursery to get these plants, she said they've been selling them left and right. People are buying chickens and doing backyard chickens. And it's just so nice. I saw a family across the street by the little pond having a little picnic today. And there's this little boy that comes almost every day and fishes. And it's like Andy Griffith's show. And it just does my heart good. I love that. I had never seen a child of his age come fishing like that. So, some good stuff's coming out of all of this too. All right, y'all. Take good care of yourselves. And Bonnie is counting down to the final days till she gets to her beautiful cottage and her beautiful new life. I know they're going to miss you at the university, but how wonderful that you're going to start your new life. So, and if you ever feel discombobbled in this move, remember I did the same thing. I moved here and I didn't know anybody. And give me a phone call if you feel discombobbled. But it's a wonderful new life for Miss Bonnie. Everybody, be really safe and careful, but get yourself some sunshine. I know it did me a world of good. I've been sleeping like a log the last 2 nights, so getting out in the yard was a good thing for a Deb. So thank you so much, and I'll try to find something really fun for us to do next week. Mwah. Bye-bye, everybody. Y'all take good care. Susan and Diane, 57, thank you so much. And I am... Oh, no. No, Bonnie. Bobbins do not go in the coffee cups. Oh, did I ever tell you? I got one more story before we go. I was working at the museum. And I had my costume shop set up in this old house. I mean, old house. And one day I was drinking hot cocoa because it was in the winter and it was cold. Something told me, look down in the cocoa before I drank it. Thank goodness, because there was a little mouse doing the backstroke. It grossed me out. Oh, it was awful. I went out. It was icy cold, snowy out back, and I went out and threw the contents of the cup out and then scrubbed it and said, I can't drink any hot cocoa for a while now. So thank goodness I looked in the cup before I took a sip, huh? Yeah, no bobbins, no mice in our drinks. I will watch that. I will definitely watch that. That's wonderful. All right, you good people. You are the best. And thank you for sharing part of your Sunday with me. I'm going to go rest now because I've been a busy girl. I was cutting bushes the other day, trimming them up. I was like, girl, you act like you're young. And you're not. Y'all take good care. Mwah. Bye-bye, sweetie pies. Bye, everybody. Good luck, Miss Bonnie. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good week.